I'm hitting record. We're recording. Okay.
Okay.
Yay! But now I gotta.
Oh, who's starting this one? Are you starting it or do you want me to start it?
The podcast?
Yeah.
I figured we would just be like, hi! And then.
But who says, welcome to the Claudia and B?
I don't remember who said welcome last time. How about you? I feel like I've said it a lot.
I think you did say it on the last one. I don't remember, but
so you say
we'll do it.
Okay. I feel like I overpowered you on like a lot of it. So
Gosh,
you
Claudia.
say everything.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good. Ready?
I'm hitting. All right. In 3, 2, 1, let's hit record on our things. Okay. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Okay. Hi. Now let's clap.
Hi.
1, 2, 3. Okay.
Hello. And welcome to the Claudia and B podcast. I guess we should use the real name. Hello and welcome to Tea with Claudia and B. I am B.
I'm Claudia.
We are both here today. And, we're just going to talk a little shop about a little bit more of get to know you stuff tonight.
Yes.
So the idea with this one is we want to get down and dirty and honest with each other about how gross we are.
Nasty.
We're going to get nasty up in here. So we're going to start off by doing something kind of silly. But listeners, please follow along if you want to. So we are taking a BuzzFeed quiz to find out how gross we are. So the name of the quiz is What Percentage Gross Are You Actually? So you can find that on our website. This is very important because here's the thing. I think some of my best friends are the ones that saw me do something gross and they were like, oh, cool, I do that too. And then I was like, yeah, you do, because we're on the same level.
You don't realize that, oh, I guess that's normal. So
mm-hmm.
I just feel like human beings in general are gross.
Oh, amen to that. So nasty.
They really are. Really gross.
Yeah.
Very much so.
I mean, and we can't help it. Really, we're all animals. So
exactly.
Why are we trying to be clean? I don't know.
But it is good to be a little bit dirty, like, ooh.
Oh, yeah. There's different types of dirty, but that one, yes.
For your immune system, for sure.
It's true. As we sit here in this global pandemic, I have worried multiple times over wearing a mask, being like, so does this mean I'm going to get like every single cold? Because like,
I know.
I'm not exposed, which it could be a thing. I'm not a scientist. Who knows?
Yeah. Exactly.
But yeah, I pride my high immunity on the fact that I am kind of gross and not like a clean freak. So my body probably just builds up immunity to everything.
Yeah. I'm not a clean freak at all.
Sometimes I wish I was.
I do too. Like my mom is like a clean freak. She's so good at it. And I'm like, I envy you so much. But she's like, but you can make friends better than me. And I was like, okay.
Oh, it's because I'm not clean, Mom. But do you have friends that are like germaphobes, like super, super clean?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I have a friend too that is like that. She's so cool. She's one of my favorite people. She's a prosecutor in Coeur d'Alene, which is like just across the border here.
Yeah.
And she's like totally a germaphobe. And I love her. So we went bowling one time and she brought like cleaner wipes to clean off the bowling ball and like clean it out.
You know who that reminds me of?
Monk, because that's who she Who does it remind you of?
It reminds me of Niles from Frasier.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, how he always, like, I love that show, but he always, like, would take his handkerchief and clean, like, the seat before he would sit.
Aww.
Such a big crush on him. So cute.
Yeah. She's definitely, like, ickied out by everything, and I love it because she, like most people who are germaphobes, she doesn't really like a lot of physical contact from people, but I'm a hugger. I love hugging everyone, which I do think is a trait that, like, people who are kind of a little bit gross also like to hug other people.
I know.
I don't think we have a bubble.
Well, my love language is physical touch for sure, which we should talk about. We need to talk about the 5 love languages.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
Oh, so much to say about those.
I know.
So every time I see my friend, I always, like, when we're leaving, I'll always warn her. I'm like, I'm going to hug you. Okay. And she always does this thing where she's like, okay. so annoyed that I'm gonna hug her,
Oh
but
my
I do it
gosh.
anyway.
Yeah. Well, my brother is like a big germaphobe. Like he always is cleaning, which is funny because he's so like, he's like, what? If a toilet's dirty, you just clean it. But he's just always cleaning, always doing laundry, always this, always that. He's like the best like housewife ever.
Oh my gosh, sounds great. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe you should be dating a germaphobe because they would always keep your house clean.
I know. But then there was one time we were at Starbucks studying when a long time ago, and he had like something on his pants. Like I think it was, I don't remember, but it was something he could not focus the whole time to study. I was like, oh my gosh. So I did not envy him there because I feel bad for people that can't like,
Yeah,
if
that's true. It like hampers some people from moving forward sometimes.
Exactly. I know.
Okay.
So should we take this quiz?
Yes, let's do it. Okay. So the first question, we could just like share the questions. So the first one, do you change your underwear? It's a good question. And I am proud to say every day.
Yep, every day for sure. If I don't, I get itchy. So
don't we all? Okay, next question. Do you ever pick your nose? And the options are no, that's disgusting, only in an emergency, like I can feel a boogie and I gotta get it out. Or 3, yes, quite often I secretly enjoy it.
I'm scared to answer this one.
Listen, I wouldn't say often. I do it when it needs to be done, and I do enjoy it because it feels good to get the boogie out.
Okay? It does. It does. I just don't like having boogers in my nose.
Yeah. So I would say I would go with the second one. That's only in an emergency. Like I can feel the boogie, got to get it out, because it's not like I'm just sitting there with my finger up my nose, but
yeah,
I will take care of business when I need to.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. And then the next one is, do you fart in public? And so the options are, oh my God, never, how gross. Sometimes they just slip out, but never if I can help it. And then LOL, yeah, better out than in. Mine is sometimes, because like if I can't get to a bathroom.
Yeah. I'm with you. I don't want to just fart in front of people, but sometimes you can't help that.
No.
You just gotta silently crop dust as you're going or something.
Have you seen, that reminds me, there's this really funny video of a it's like an airport, they're at an airport and it's a security camera, and like you can see like a lady like in her fart like in the screen, like because there's like they have the air or whatever.
I haven't.
So good.
That would be so. I wonder how many cameras have caught me doing something like that.
I know.
Invasive.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Next one.
Do you spit in public? Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, you're fine. Don't worry. Options are no way, it's repulsive. 2, if I absolutely have to, I might. And 3, yes, how else could you get rid of phlegm? Ew. I would never spit up phlegm in public.
Well, the tricky thing is that there's been times where I've been like really, really sick. Okay. And and so I like just secretly go to the trash can and because I have like this is so gross, but I mean, when you're sick, we're talking about gross things. But I mean, when you're sick, you have a mouthful of phlegm, like I'm not going to swallow it. So I just go to a trash can or go to the bathroom, like take care of business.
Yeah, okay. In that situation, I would do the same thing. I would find like spit it into a napkin, throw that away, or like find somewhere to discreetly spit it. But I would not just like spit phlegm in public. Like it ain't no thing. I have done that when I've like run 5Ks, because that's all I run. And you like get a plethora of saliva and you have to spit that out. Oh yeah, like, I don't really care.
That's different. So I think our answer would probably be, if I absolutely have to, I might.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. Okay, so it says, would you eat food that fell on the floor? It says, hell no. If it was something dry that couldn't have picked up too much dirt, I might. And then 3-second rule. What happened to the 5-second rule?
I don't know. We need those extra 2 seconds. I I'm a solid 3-second to 5-second girl.
Me too.
I do use my discretion if there's like something that's going to just pick up a lot of stuff.
Yes.
You know,
depending on what it
sticky,
is,
wet.
but generally 3 to 5 seconds.
Yeah, I'm all about that.
Yeah.
Okay, how often do you change your socks? Options are every day, every couple of days, and then whenever they start to stink to high heaven, and sometimes not even then.
Oh my gosh.
So,
every day.
every day. See, I would say, I mean, pretty much every day, but I would probably go with every couple of days because there's definitely times where I like put on socks and I just like wear them when I'm home. I sleep in them. Do you sleep in socks?
I guess I do too. Oh, I can't change my answer.
Oh my gosh, you're locked in. Okay, but that's fine. We don't have to be the same.
I try to do every day, but sometimes I'm like, oh, I wore these for 2 seconds and then you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. But I guess I also don't have an issue with stinky feet, so that's not like a big problem for me. But with that, I have a question. Do you have a problem sleeping with socks on, or people that sleep with socks on?
I don't have a problem with people that sleep with socks on. If it's cold, yes, I'll sleep with socks.
Okay. So I'm with you. If my feet are cold, if the toesies are cold, you put on some socks, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But I have recently discovered that there are some people out there that are so against that. Like,
I know.
so against that. And it's kind of funny to me. I'm like, really? That's the thing you're going to like choose to fight over? Like, okay.
You know, it would be like a good, that would make a good Seinfeld episode. Like,
She's
I don't
a
wear the socks.
sleeper.
Oh my God. I don't wear the socks, Jerry. What are you talking about, Jerry? No.
Socks.
I gotta have the socks. I gotta have the socks.
That would be. Maybe it's already in there somewhere.
I know. I've seen a lot of them. I don't know if I pretty much have seen almost every episode. See, that show is hard to keep track of if you've seen every episode compared to like Frasier, because there's more of a storyline in Frasier. Seinfeld's just got like nothing.
Literally.
So it's like, yeah, it's genius. Okay. So the next question is, would you use your significant other's toothbrush? So when I was married, I did not, and I wouldn't. The only time that it would be an accident. Like, I remember like growing up, my sister, I accidentally used her toothbrush a couple times, but we just threw away and got another one. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't on purpose.
Oh yeah, I do think that is vile. I do not ever want to use somebody else's toothbrush. Hell, I don't care how much I love you or respect you or how clean your mouth is. I don't want to use your toothbrush.
I know. Oh my gosh. Okay. And then this is, would you use a stranger's toothbrush? No. The options are, I don't want to say that word. I mean, I say it. I say it sometimes. Sorry, Mom, but I don't want to say it on, I almost said on the air. Like we're on radio.
We can't say that in live.
Yeah, exactly. It says F word, hell no. And then I've never done it, but maybe I would in a serious emergency. And then I've actually done this before. I remember when I would go to camp and I would forget I sometimes like, I think or a sleepover and I forgot my toothbrush, I would use my finger and like, I wouldn't even think about using someone else's toothbrush.
Same. Use the finger, not somebody else's.
Exactly.
If you know what I mean.
I do. Do you want to read this next one?
Yeah, it's a good one. It says, do you ever touch your bum and not wash your hands afterwards? Options, no. Second option, ew, maybe, but like only the cheek, never the crack. I love that they're so specific in the options. And then third option is, yeah, I've been known to do this, if I'm being honest.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I would say the second one, ew, maybe, but only the cheek, not the crack, because I do think that like a butt cheek, what's wrong with a butt cheek? You know,
and if I have an itch,
all day.
I have an itch, I gotta get an itch.
Yeah.
That's one of my worst fears is like not being able to get an itch. Like,
oh.
Yeah.
Okay, that's actually really a good fear to have, because that is a terrible feeling.
I know. Isn't that how they do like Chinese water torture? Like
They
they
itch
tie
you?
you
No,
down. No.
they just make you so itchy.
No, they tie you down and then they like have a droplet of water go on your forehead and so you can't like move. So it's
Yeah,
like torture where you're
yeah.
like, "Ugh," but then you
Yes,
can't
and
itch yourself.
I saw them do that on Mythbusters. They did the Chinese water torture, and within like 20 minutes, they were like falling apart. Like the chick that they had, she was just laying there, and they were like, "Okay, say the word at any point, you can get out." And at one point, she just started crying hysterically. She's like, "I can't do this anymore," and like it was crazy.
God.
So they all had that response, and then they brought in a psychologist or somebody that like studies the effects of torture and different things like that. And they were like, so we did this and these were our findings. And he was like, you should have like consulted a professional, because we could have told you right away and like shown you all of the research about it and all this stuff. Like, this is actually very damaging. So I hope that they got reimbursed for all of the therapy sessions they had to go to after that. But
Oh my God.
yeah, that's so true. It's just like the claustrophobia of like my body needs to move somehow and I can't move it. That's actually really terrifying.
Yeah. Horrible. Awful. Ah. Okay. The next one. Oh, they had a typo, so I was like, what? So
That was weird.
they forgot you on this instead. It says do examine. I'm like, no. It's supposed to be do you examine the snot you blow out into a tissue. Options are how horrible, no. Sometimes, but only so I know if I need a fresh tissue. OMG, yes. I love seeing how gloopy and gross my snot is.
If I'm being honest, it's the last one.
I mean, I get colds and allergies so freaking much that I honestly have to blow my nose so often that it's probably the second one, just because of how often I have to like blow my nose.
Okay.
Because it's like I'm like in the middle of teaching and I have to like go into a corner and like, blow it and then like put it away real quick. So it would probably be sometimes.
Okay. I also was told, I don't know if this is true or not, but I was told that like when you blow your nose, if it's like green or like has like a color to it, it shows, it's supposed to mean that you have like an infection your body's fighting. And if it's just clear, then it's like you're just, I don't know, you just have stuff you have to clear out of your nose. So for me, that's like one of the reasons where I'm like, am I sick or am I just like having a runny nose for a second? And then also I do think it's interesting, the consistency and the texture. So I'm gross there. Next one.
Okay.
Do you openly talk about your poops? Options are no, that's a private matter. Second, only with my very closest people. And third, I'd talk about my poops with anyone who'd listen.
That's funny. The only time I've openly talked about my number 2 is I was trying to figure out. I was like, how should I say it? Is I used to long distance run. And so I would be, out there for hours with no bathroom in sight in the middle of a field and dying. And so I would like poo my pants sometimes, but that's common for runners. It was the most like awful, horrifying feeling ever. And what I should have done really is just go, squat in a field, but
yeah,
I don't know.
Both are full of dignity, but
yeah,
the big one.
Yeah. So I've talked to them that. But I would say, but that was only with my closest people, but here I am sharing it to, however many people are listening, but
consider yourself close people now.
I know, right? Well, it's just like, I don't know. It's a common thing for runners. And so I'm not embarrassed about it. Like there's a lot of runners that do it. And so because you're out in the middle of a field. So
yeah, it's hard on your body. No, I have a friend that he and his sister got into running around the same time. So they would, train for marathons together, and he was saying how he was like, there's a reason my sister leaves with 2 socks on and comes back with just 1 sock. he always had to stop and poo and like would
Oh
have to wipe with
gosh.
the socks. So
Awful.
another reason I'm not a runner. I would choose no. That's a private matter. For as gross as I am, and I'm really okay talking about most bodily functions, I don't like talking about poop because I just feel like that's icky and it's not like an edifying situation. It's not like you come away from it a better person. So
Yeah. No, I don't
I
talk
just
about
don't-
like specifics or anything.
no.
Like I usually just say
Yeah.
I have a tummy ache and then I'm gone for like 20 minutes. And
Oh
then
my
I'm
gosh.
back.
I know. I have a friend that's so open about being like, I have irritable bowel and I just really need to find a bathroom right now. And I'd be like, stop saying that. Just say you need a bathroom. Nobody's going to question you why. Like, just say
Oh
you
my
need a bathroom.
God. Well, no, I thought for a while that I had irritable bowel syndrome.
Uh-huh.
I was just going through a lot in my life, and I think I might have because of of stress. But
Oh yeah.
it was awful. It was awful, like just terrible because it's like you are. I don't know. That's another fear I have is not having a. I mean, I've been where you haven't had a bathroom, but like in a public situation, not having a bathroom and like
Mm-hmm.
or on stage and you like
Oh no.
I know, but it hasn't. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. So anyway, okay.
I'm glad to hear that.
Next question. Do you leave your nail clippings on the floor? Absolutely not. Who the heck does that? That's disgusting.
That is pretty gross.
I clip my nails over a trash can.
That's the most efficient way to do it. I am lazy enough that I'll sometimes clip them elsewhere, but I always like make sure they're picked up or vacuumed up. Like,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
That's gross.
I agree. You know, here's the thing. It's so like, okay, if I'm being honest, it's gross enough with my fingernails or toenails. It's like, ew, but okay. But if I find somebody else's, you better believe I'm throwing up in my mouth. Like, that's where it's like, ew, what heathen, what barbarian did this? Ew.
I know. Well, I feel like if it were your kid, though, like when you have kids, it'll be different.
Yeah,
When
that's
it's
true.
your kid.
I think a lot of gross factors probably go out the window when you have kids.
Yeah.
It's
Or
just
maybe
like,
not.
maybe.
Everybody's different.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know.
true.
I don't know.
Okay, this next one is so interesting. Do you ever pick and eat your dry skin?
No.
Yeah, that's it. Ew, no. I think that's a disorder if you do that.
But also I think it's different because I have oily skin. So like my skin is more combination oily, not like dry. So I mean, I don't know if I had dry skin and it was like a common thing, maybe I would.
Yeah. Yeah, I just think the eating part of it is disgusting. Ugh.
Yeah, that's weird. Very weird.
Next one. Do you bite or chew your nails?
Options are no way. If my nail tears, there's typos. I might try and even it out. Yes, I can't stop myself doing it. Mine's if my nail tears.
Yes. Oh, for
Yeah.
sure. I do, when my nails are longer, I do chew on them a lot when I'm thinking, but I don't bite them off. I hate biting my nails,
Yeah.
but I'll like chew on them
Mm-hmm.
in contemplation.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I have this sweet little second grader who she's so addicted to biting her nails. She'll have her mask down and then she's like chewing. And I'm like, what are you doing?
Oh no.
Like, mask up. So
maybe that'll help break her of her nail biting habit at some point.
I know. My brother bites his nails. So I've talked about I have two brothers.
Mm-hmm.
I've talked about one who's a clean freak, and the other one used to. I don't think so much anymore, but the one that lives in Spokane, actually, yeah. He bites his nails really bad, or he did growing up, and it was like bad. But he's a lot better about it now. But I remember it being bad. So.
Yeah, some people that get so far down and they get bloody and.
I know. Oh, it's crazy. Oh my gosh, this one's funny.
Yeah.
Do you wee in the shower? I like how they say wee.
This is clearly a British quiz.
I know. Well, I love it when the British are like, I'm going to go have a wee. And I'm like,
I know. It sounds like so childish, that's not something that we would say in the States unless it's like a little kid saying it. So when a grown person says that, I'm like, oh, that's so cute. You're going to go wee.
I love it.
So the options are nope, I sometimes wee in my own shower, or I wee in my shower and public showers.
Hmm.
I mean, I sometimes go in my own shower because
Yeah,
sometimes you gotta.
exactly. Yeah, I sometimes wee in my own shower too.
Yeah. What about, okay, the next one is, do you wee in the bath?
No,
Yeah, hell no. That's
that's
big.
weird.
That's so gross.
Do
Ugh.
you enjoy the smell of your own farts? No,
No, all farts are gross.
no.
Totally gross. Do you feel satisfied when you get a big bit of earwax out of your ear?
Yes.
Yes,
It
I
feels
do
so
too.
good. I love a Q-tip in my ear.
Oh, I know it really is mesmerizing, like not mesmerizing, but you know what I mean. The other word that's not mesmerizing, but has a similar meaning. Like,
Satisfying?
oh, yes, that's a great word.
Yes. Well, that's the thing is like, do you like watching? I love Dr. Pimple Popper.
Oh my gosh, me too. Me
So
too.
cool. I love it. I love it. Love
It's
it.
so satisfying to watch.
It is, especially like the dilated pore of Weiner.
Oh my gosh.
Those are good. Like the big like blackheads that she like can pull out all at once.
Oh yeah, that's crazy. Or like the really like the old guys that are her clients that just have like underlying acne under the skin, and so she pushes on it and it's like 5 different like
I know.
portals of pus come up. Oh my
It is
gosh.
satisfying. Yeah. It is good.
So good.
It
That's
is
actually
good.
the next question. Do you get a certain pleasure from squeezing a
Oh,
juicy zit? And
wow.
oh my gosh, I love
Yes.
it.
I do
It's so
too.
satisfying.
It is. It is. Well, it's funny because I remember posting something on Facebook a couple years ago and being like, it's funny how when I was younger, like in middle school, I got made like not super made fun of, but like I remember a couple of my friends being like, "Ew, what are you talking about?" When I said I like when zits pop,
Mm-hmm.
and they'd be like, "That's disgusting." And then I also was like, I love listening and like learning about different like crimes and murders, and they were like, "You're weird." And now Dr. Pimple Popper is huge. True crime
Yeah.
is huge.
Girl, your people were around all along.
I know. I know. I was like,
I
what?
know.
They just
There
all were
is
in
like some
secret.
kind of, yeah. Well, because everyone was like grossed out by that. So the people that did enjoy it were like, I
I
have
know.
this weird thing, I like both of those things though, so it's good.
Yes.
Next question. How often would you go without washing? The options are not more than a day. Next option, I'll go 2 days max. Third option, I've gone several days without washing my in my time. That's
I would
funny.
say 2 days like at the max because there's been times when I've either been on vacation
Yeah.
and just like literally not doing anything throughout the day. And so
Mm-hmm.
I just like fall asleep and then, but I don't think I don't think I've gone longer than, oh wait, no, I forget about quarantine.
I know that's true. I think that's changed a lot of people's answer to this, honestly.
Yeah, because during quarantine, I mean, I just couldn't even remember. I was just so sad and depressed that I just was like in a fog.
Yeah.
Were you like that too?
My quarantine, I kind of just kept going to work the whole time because I work at a credit union. My day job is a credit union here, and that had to stay open and had to keep going. And I was one of the few people that kept
Oh,
going
that's good.
into the office to take care of the tasks that needed to be done, like actual in person, real paperwork, things like that. So I kept going into work through the whole process.
That's
And
awesome. Very
it really
lucky.
it helped so much because I already was like freaking out so much just not being around people. I didn't realize how much I needed interaction
Oh
until I suddenly
gosh.
couldn't see people. And then I was like, I'm dying.
I
I think I'm
know
gonna
I
die. Like,
was dying because I am such an extrovert, like
yeah.
insanely, like the most extroverted out of the extroverted, out of and personalities, which is what we'll talk about later. So I was
Yeah.
just completely zoned out. Because what happened with me was, so I have a ton of different jobs. And so I have a actor job at Universal. And so they were like closing. So I remember I had like a shift there, and then like a week later, they were completely closed. And then I was supposed to do like a spring break acting camp for kids that got canceled. And then another one of my jobs closed because I work at the Titanic exhibit too. That closed. What else did I work for at the time? My nanny job, I also am on-call nanny, was like they were not taking any clients because no one wanted like a nanny to come into their house.
Because you can't guarantee where everyone's been.
Yeah, so then I ended up getting furloughed from 2 of those jobs. And then things started, and then I got unemployment for a little bit, and then things started to pick back up where I was really blessed and got referred for a theater job at a private school for elementary school kids. So then that happened. So then things like started to get busier again, and I was so grateful because I have to be busy. Like I can't you know what I mean? Or else I'll go crazy. You know, I learned that. And so I like in my depression will like really like if I'm not busy.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I will say like during the pandemic,
it's still
couple
going
months
on,
ago.
But...
Yeah. During this pandemic. So I didn't ever have to stay home and like not go into work. So I kept that routine a little bit, but I did a couple months ago go through a breakup. And with the breakup, I started getting quite depressed. And there was a day where I was like, oh my gosh, I smell so bad. And then I was like, I don't know when I showered last. Like, it was a moment. So I am not a person that's like super, I don't know. I feel like if I don't go to the gym or I don't go outside and get dirty or get sweaty, I don't necessarily have to shower every day. So I don't, and that doesn't gross me out, and I'm fine with that. But that was like a moment where I was like, wow, I really need to like make sure I'm actually showering, because apparently that's something that is.
I know. So I think our answer is the middle one. I'd go 2 days max.
I mean, yeah. I mean, honestly, I would go several days, but I do go 2 days at a time because I just like gotta keep it together. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that was the last question.
Oh, it was? Or should I say, which one did you do? Did you do the middle one? I haven't chosen yet.
I did. I've gone several days because I wouldn't have a problem with pushing it to 3 days.
Okay, I have to. I'll do that too because I would agree. Okay. Oh. Okay.
So I got 94% gross.
What?
Or sorry, just joking. I switched it. I got 49% gross.
Ow!
That's what we call dyslexia. I am 49.
Oh my God. You're dyslexic?
No, I've actually never been tested. My mom swears that I'm dyslexic, but I'm like, okay, yeah, because you're a professional. I don't know. But I do switch numbers all the time, so I probably could be.
Okay. I have a spatial issue that I've like never been able to figure out. I don't know what's wrong with it.
Really?
But yeah, like I don't know.
Like depth perception?
I don't know because like I told you this like early in our Marco Polos, we like pass back Marco Polos all the time. About how when I took the IQ test, it was like low.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
I took the IQ test when I was in elementary school, and it was low. Like,
oh my goodness.
Like I should have like a disability low, like really bad, because I remember I would watch Seinfeld and they would joke about having like, and I honestly can't remember my exact IQ. But I think it was like I had a 7 in it because that's my favorite number, so I just remember that. And
you're like, sweet, that's good, right?
Yeah, and they would joke about having like a 75 IQ and how that was really low, and I remember being like, but that's my IQ, isn't it? But I couldn't remember, but I remember being like, what? Anyway, so I think that the test I took was BS because I'm obviously very intelligent.
You are.
You are Jane Austen.
I read the classics. Listen, but I agree. I think those tests aren't always accurate because our brains work differently. People have different strengths and all that stuff. And it doesn't take that into account. It doesn't take in creativity or like adaptability or things like that.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
exactly.
I
Okay.
don't think I've ever done a test like that, but I'm pretty sure it would be low too. So I'm not going to.
Well, maybe we should see about taking a BuzzFeed IQ test.
Oh my gosh,
Should
that would
we,
be the
you
most
guys?
accurate. Comment below. What test do you want to see us take next?
I know, right? Okay, I got 44% gross.
Oh,
So,
I'm just a little grosser than you. That's great.
just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Okay. Okay.
Read your thing, and then I'll see if mine's the same. Because there's like a
Oh.
little paragraph at the bottom. Did you get rid of it?
I didn't even notice that. No, I didn't.
Oh,
I
okay,
haven't.
good. Okay, good.
You are a medium level gross, a healthy, normal amount of gross, and it means you're probably pretty comfortable with your own skin. I sure am. You secretly enjoy doing a loud fart. I mean, if I'm alone, I don't enjoy that in front of people. And sometimes you bite your nails. Yes, whatever. Life's too short to worry about these things.
That's the
I
same
agree
as
with
mine.
that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, do you
know.
secretly enjoy giving a loud fart?
No.
Me
My
neither.
brothers do though. They always
Oh
did
my
it.
gosh.
They would literally
It's
do it when
something.
my mom, like, so my mom is like an expert flautist, I guess you should say.
Ooh.
She has a doctorate in flute performance. You know, she's like a big
That's so
deal.
cool.
Yeah.
Your family seems like they're very talented, like
Yeah,
full of
I guess
talent
so.
and accomplishments.
Tell us more. Tell us more.
I'm so humble.
But she would have flute students over, and my brothers would be sitting there like eating a bag of chips and burping and farting with her flute students there. So stupid. Oh my gosh. I know.
I just think it's something about boys in general. They really enjoy that. Like,
I know.
My nephew, it's like he has no control over farting. And we're always just like, could you please get it together? Like, my gosh. Like,
I know.
ridiculous.
I know.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a little more time that we want to fill. So we're just going to add in a couple questions that I had with this. So going on with like, I don't know, just like how gross you are, what you're comfortable with. Some people are like super clean freaks, and obviously we're not, but I'm always curious about being barefoot though, because I love being barefoot. And because of that, there's many places that there have been like a lot of places I've walked barefoot where my friends are like, that's really gross, put your shoes on. And I'm like, well, I'm just walking, it's fine, you know, like they're just your feet. How often do you touch your feet? So if you walk on something, I don't think that's gross. But I want to know, would you walk in like a public restroom or like a public place barefoot?
Public restroom, no. But
Okay.
a park, yes.
Okay. What about like in a
Florida.
building? Oh, yeah, because Florida is not as hospitable
Washington
to the bare feet.
1,000%, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Like Manitou, I love Manitou Park.
Oh, it's
walking
so
around
pretty.
there barefoot. I know, except not on the gravel.
I mean, valid. My neighbor's actually one of the lead gardener designers of Manitou Park, and her yard is just so beautiful. I love it.
Gosh, that's so cool. Oh,
guys, Google Manitou Park. It is so pretty. You know, I wouldn't mind. I think people are grossed out by bare feet, and so I don't like go into public places barefoot, but I wouldn't be grossed out by myself walking around like that.
Yeah. So. Oh my gosh, I was so embarrassed. There's this guy. I mean, he's like completely gone out of my life, like completely ghosted me, which is actually a blessing. Weirdo, because he walked into a CVS barefoot, and I was like, "What are you doing?"
Why?
I don't know.
That's weird. That is weird.
But, have you seen that Calvin and Hobbes skit? I don't know. Do you like Calvin and Hobbes? Have you like?
Love it. Love it.
I do too. I grew up reading them, and like I just love it. And my brother, the clean freak one, is a lot like Calvin. Like he looked like Calvin as a kid. Anyway, but I love the skit where Calvin's talking to Hobbes, and he's like, you know when it says no shoot, no stirs, no service? He's like, but what if I go in there without any pants? Am I going to get some service? And I remember just like thinking that was so funny as like a fifth or sixth, I think it was a fifth grader. Yeah. I just dying laughing. Aha, that's so funny.
They didn't mention this. Clearly it's fine.
I know.
That's funny.
It is so funny.
I remember this one time I was visiting Philadelphia with some friends, and we wanted to get pictures in like the fountain, one of the famous fountains there that's by the Love um, statue thing.
Mm-hmm.
So we wanted to like jump into the fountain. So we pulled off, whoever wanted to be in the picture, they just like took our shoes and pulled up our pant legs, and then we like stood in there and we got pictures. And then we all got out and everyone put on their shoes so we could walk across to this building that we wanted to go in. And the guy I was dating at the time, he was just such a space cadet, and he got like distracted looking at something or talking to somebody, and then we're all like, okay, we're going, let's walk. And he's like, oh, I don't have my shoes on yet. So instead of sitting down and putting on his shoes, he's just like walking, and he's like, oh, I'll just let my feet dry out and like get my shoes on. And I was like, just put your shoes on. We're like walking across the sidewalk in Philadelphia, there's like tons of people around. And he's like, no, it's fine. So he like is just walking, and these guys pass us, and they were like epitome of like Philly kind of like hardcore guys. And one of them like looks at his feet as we're passing, and then he's like, that homeboy's got no shoes on. Like, so confused by it.
Homeboy's got no shoes on.
I was just laughing so hard. I'm like, yeah, this is weird. Put your freaking shoes on.
Oh my gosh. That is hilarious. Put shoes on. Yeah.
Don't do it in Philadelphia. They will call you out.
Oh man. That's crazy. Okay. So the next question you have, what is the grossest things you've eaten? So I despise seafood. Like I cannot.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like the smell of it. I mean, like I'll go into a Red Lobster, like if I'm with a group of people and they're like, let's go to Red Lobster. I'm like, okay, because I like their biscuits. But I just won't order it. So I don't mind being like around people that are eating seafood, but I just don't like the smell. It doesn't make me like, I don't mind being around it because it's like, you know, pick your battles. I'd rather be social than like, you know, not. So.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Clearly.
Yeah, exactly. So, but I just don't like the texture. I don't like the smell. I just don't. I think it's weird. I think it's gross.
You just don't like anything about it.
I just don't like any seafood whatsoever. It's like, no seafood. I'm like, that's my thing. Is like, no seafood, no coconut. And then I'm like, you know, I don't even like pina coladas. I can't.
Really? So you don't like the texture? I
just don't like I can taste the coconut afterwards.
Yeah. Okay.
And sometimes there are certain things where I'm like, oh, I can taste, is there coconut in that? I can tell. I'm like, there's coconut in here, isn't there? You know, and I'm like, I can't do it. Like an Almond Joy is like my worst. I hate them. Like
I love them.
Yeah, take them all. Take them all, please. Oh my gosh.
I get all your pina coladas and I get all your Almond Joys.
Exactly. And I love getting caught in the rain. So So you have the pina coladas.
I have half a brain. So
and then we'll get caught in the rain. And I'll have another form of drink. But
perfect. We'll answer a personal ad while we're at it.
So then it was in, let me think, 5th grade.
Mm-hmm.
And this was when I lived in Spokane, actually. And I went to this like school that was not a good fit for me. And I'll like talk about that more later because that's a lot of, you know, tea to spill. But we were doing a, what do you call it? Sea creature type thing. It's like, you know, studying sea creatures.
Mm-hmm.
So the teacher had squid, you know.
Ooh.
And so he had it for us to eat, and I didn't want to eat it. But he, like, basically bullied me into trying it because, like, this school really liked to bully you. And so I like had it, and it was just like the worst thing I've ever had in my life. And I was just like, felt disgusting. So that's
so were you able to get it down, or did you like?
I did, but I just like plugged my nose and was like, ugh.
Yeah. Oh, that's annoying. You shouldn't make kids do that because you don't know who the projectile vomiter is. Like, you got to play it safe.
I know. Yeah, it was weird. So that's the grossest thing I've ever eaten, but I don't know if that's like considered gross because I know something though that my grandmother would eat that I just thought was absolutely horrifying, and I did not understand why she liked this. Okay, she would have bread, peanut butter this is good. You're gonna
Okay.
like die when I tell you the
Okay.
next ingredient. Mayonnaise
No!
and banana.
Ew!
Why not just take the mayonnaise out and just do bread, peanut butter, and banana?
Ew. That's so gross.
I know. My grandmother, we'll have to do a whole podcast on her grandparents. My grandmother, a lovely
Oh my
lady that she was, but a good cook, she was not.
Wow. Oh, that's so funny. I remember my grandma, actually, my great grandma, I was staying with her when I was like a little kid. And she's like, what do you want to eat? And I told her I wanted mac and cheese. And she's like, oh, okay. And she made homemade mac and cheese from scratch for me. And so it had like the breadcrumbs on top and all this stuff. And I was like, this is not Kraft mac and cheese. Like I was so grossed out by it. And now I'm like, oh, that's like the yummiest stuff.
Aw, it
But
is the yummiest stuff.
I was not having it. 5-year-old Bethany was not impressed. So
Oh my gosh.
didn't work.
That's so
Um,
funny.
I think, okay, so I'm pretty adventurous with trying food. And for the most part, I like a lot of things because I just think taste and flavors are interesting.
Mhm.
But the grossest thing I've ever eaten, one time I was going to, we call them institute classes. It's basically like a seminary, like Bible study class. And I was taking it and it was like going to give me college credits. So, and the teachers were like this old couple that were just so odd, but really nice. And because I like weird people, I like got a friendship with them and they would like teach the class and they would always be like, oh, Bethany, you always come prepared. You're always willing to talk. And I was like, well, I just hate silences. So whenever they'd ask a question, I'd be like, okay, I'll say something, you know? So I was their favorite. And I had a birthday and my birthday fell on one of the class days. And so she made me a cake. She made me this chocolate cake and brought it in. And I was like so touched by it. But I think the shortening that she used to make the frosting was bad because, oh my gosh, this cake freaking tasted like death. Like it was so bad, but I felt so bad not eating it. And so I like took a couple bites and I was like, this is really awful. This is really bad. I was
Wait,
like,
what was wrong with it?
I think she made shortening. She made the frosting, like she made everything from scratch.
Uh-huh.
And I think she used frosting or she used shortening to make the frosting. And I think the shortening was bad.
No.
So like everyone was trying to eat it and everyone felt awkward being like, this is disgusting, you know?
Yeah.
And so
I think
it's
I can
like
totally
smush
see
it on
you
the
being
plate.
like, oh God,
Oh my gosh, I couldn't.
trying to eat it.
Could not handle it. I actually had the same situation on a date too. And same thing. I was like, try and eat it. Don't tell them it's disgusting.
Oh
It was so bad.
no.
But in that case, we were on a picnic and I legit was like throwing some of the food in a bush behind us because I could not handle eating it. I couldn't do it.
Oh my gosh. That's
so bad.
hilarious. That's hilarious. I love that.
Just check the shortening, people, if you're going to make frosting. Okay.
I'm surprised that she didn't like, because for me, if I made a cake for somebody, I try it like, or I guess not. I try the batter.
You try the batter. I would definitely try the frosting. Like,
Yeah.
for sure.
So maybe, I don't know.
So I took it home. I like at the end of the class, I was like, does anyone want another piece? Because I'm taking it home because I felt so bad if she like ate it some when she got home and realized that we were all faking it. And so I just took it home and like threw it
That's
away.
really sweet of you.
Maybe I should have told her because who knows how many other cakes she made like that.
Oh my God, so funny. Okay.
It was bad.
So the next one that we have on here is, what is something that grosses you out completely? Trying to think. Well,
Do you
I
have
said
one? I'll tell you mine.
You guys that are listening right now, her face is hilarious. She's like just completely like her mouth was like wide open and she like was like, I don't know how to like explain it. You can go because I already said seafood really grosses me out, but it doesn't gross me out completely. Like I can be around it. I just don't want to cook it. I don't want to, you know.
You just don't want to have anything to do with that.
I mean, unless we're all out and having fun, you know.
Okay. But you won't eat it. You'll just be there.
I'll just like, yeah.
Okay, I don't know why this is a thing for me, but it is repulsive to me, the sound of brushing teeth. I hate that
Oh,
sound
really?
so much. I hate it.
Oh no.
Like even just thinking about it right now, I'm getting like shivers down my spine because I'm like, ah, like it's terrible.
Oh
I
my
hate the sound of it.
gosh,
So
that's
if I ever overhear somebody
interesting.
brushing their teeth, I will be like, oh my gosh, like I'll cover my ears. I will leave the room. When I was helping my nephew like learn how to brush his teeth the right way, I had to like turn on the faucet and like hum so that I couldn't hear the
That is
sound.
so interesting.
Yeah, it disgusts me. I hate it so bad. Ugh.
Well, I mean, I don't know if this is like for mine. That is, I've never heard that ever.
Weird.
That
I
is
don't
so
know.
interesting. Huh. Um, I guess for me, I'm not really, I don't know if it's like a worse fear or if this is like a grossed out, but I'm really like grossed out by the deep, deep ocean.
Oh my gosh, me too. I get you.
Like I
Like
am,
you don't know what's under there.
and I'm freaked out by sharks.
Yeah.
Like that movie Sharknado that I heard about, I was like, oh my God, I've had fears that this would happen. Like I was so terrified of the toilet as a kid. I would like
Uh-huh.
literally, if it doesn't matter if like the plumber was there, doors wide open, going to the
Really?
bathroom.
That's so
Because
funny.
I
Because
didn't
you
want a
were
shark to come out, or I thought the beast was gonna come out of the
okay, that's
toilet.
I think that's a kid's fear because my brother was terrified of going to the bathroom by himself as a child because he was scared Gollum was in the toilet.
Yeah, yeah. And the sound of the toilet's really loud and
Yeah.
scary.
And like
Yeah.
to always scare kids. So
Uh,
I think that's probably like built into us a little bit because
exactly.
deep water
Yeah.
is very unsafe for us, you know?
Yeah. I mean, terrified. Like that movie Open Water. Oh God. You know what I'm talking about? There's a
I
movie
don't think
called
I've watched
Open
that one. Oh wait,
Water.
does that have Blake Lively in it?
No. That one
Oh,
is it called Open Water?
I don't
Everyone's
know.
probably screaming at the podcast right now because I do this all the time whenever I'm listening and I'm like, it's this, it's this, it's this. It's about these, it's based off a true story of two Australian divers that were with a group and then they come up
Uh-huh.
and the boat's gone because what
Oh
happened is
my
that
gosh.
they realized they left them there and then they went back and couldn't find them. But basically the story is them and then they just get eaten by sharks,
Oh my gosh,
basically.
that's awful.
Like the whole story is them like hugging each other. They're a couple and like hugging each other, and then like, oh my God, I can't even stop. I can't. It like freaks me out so bad. So I don't know if that's a fear, or if that's like a
Yeah.
gross thing.
Oh, it's both. I I think seaweed is the grossest thing on this planet. Like
So
when
when
you're
you visit me,
swimming,
we like won't go to the beach.
oh no, I'll go to the beach. I love the beach. I love oceans, but like in a lake when you're swimming and then like the seaweed, which I guess it's not seaweed. I don't herbologists tell me what it actually is, but like the vines that grow up in the lake when they wrap around your feet. Oh my gosh,
Oh my
death.
God. No, you know what's even really gross is people that noodle. Do you know what noodling is?
Yes, and I can't handle it. Can't do it. No.
Why would you go, like people that don't know what noodling is, it's like you basically like take your hands and put it at the bottom of the lake, and then
It's
like
so
you get catfish with your fingers. Oh my God, oh
yeah,
my God, oh
because
my
like the
God. I
catfish just
cannot.
hang out. They're little bottom dwellers and they just hang out in little crevices at the bottom of the water. So you like put your hands down there and they like grab onto your hands. They like bite onto your hands and you pull them out. Disgusting.
Oh, I hate fish. I hate fish. I've always
Me
hated
too.
fish.
I mean, I like eating fish, but I hate fish in the wild.
Yeah, with
Ugh.
their eyes are all sideways, you know.
And they're just always like, they're just like ready to bite your toes at any given moment. And
Like,
I'm
how
not
can you
okay with it.
trust a creature that has eyes like on the side of its
Can't.
head?
You can't. Gills, hell to the no. Not dealing with
Gross.
those. Like,
But I
no.
love mermaids, but I mean,
Yeah. I mean, that's different.
only mermaids in a pool. Like I only mermaids in a pool.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Chlorine mermaids, they're the best.
I remember I was with this guy and I was like, we were gonna go to the pool. I was like, ugh, I'm gonna go buy a mermaid tail and I'm gonna bring it. And he was like, oh my
Ooh.
God, please no, I'd be so embarrassed.
Why? That's awesome.
I know it didn't work out, obviously, but okay.
Mm-hmm.
This leads perfect to our next question.
Oh yeah.
Would you go skinny dipping? And I already have.
Okay, I mean, the answer to that is like, when would I not go skinny dipping?
I know.
I
The
love
only
it.
time I wouldn't, obviously, is like around like family.
I wouldn't even be deterred then. Like, honestly,
Oh, really?
if I ever get arrested, it will be for indecent exposure because I was skinny dipping somewhere. Like,
Oh my God.
I love it. I love it. I mean, I won't if people are uncomfortable, but I have no problem with it. I'll do
Yeah.
it.
I mean, I totally would. Like, one of my sisters would be freaked out by it. The other one, like, probably wouldn't care. But my
Yeah.
brothers obviously would. But, you know,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm fine with it, but I don't think they would. But I love
best
skinny
feeling.
dipping. It feels good.
It does. It's so fun. It is the best feeling. I
Yeah.
love it. On that topic, I have this thing where so, okay, this is the right time. It's safe place, right? We're safe space here. All you listeners. So a couple years ago,
my God,
I
what
started this. I loved skinny dipping so much. And I loved, like, I would go streaking with friends and like always convince people to go streaking, be like, let's go, you know, like not in town, like where you're going to disrupt traffic or something, but
No.
it's just fun to be naked in nature. There's something really magical about it.
Uh-huh.
And I would say spiritual actually too, because it's kind of like, I don't know, like I feel like you go through it and you're more confident in your own skin. And so I always just loved it. So I convinced all my friends to start this club that we would call the Full Mooners Club. And every full moon, we would go up the canyons in Utah and like go streaking through the mountains. Or we'd like go dipping or something like that. Oh yeah. I don't think any of my friends in Utah still do it because I was the glue that helped it. But like I've gotten friends here to come streaking with me and go skinny dipping, and like I'll like go out. If nobody wants to come with me, I'll go do like naked yoga outside on the full moon. I love it so much.
That's amazing. Oh my God. I can't believe you started a club. That's perfect.
It's great. So when we'll have to time our trip when we visit each other to include the full moon.
Perfect. I am so down. That is so funny. I love that. Okay. Let's see. How often do you shower? Wash your hair. So I shower every day, like on a normal schedule, non-quarantine schedule. And then unless I like accidentally fall asleep, like it's never intentional, but it's like an accidental falling asleep.
Yeah.
And then I wash my hair every other day or else my hair will dry out like crazy.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's not good to wash your hair every day.
So I do wear shower caps, which
yes, me too.
You do? Okay, cool. Because I have a cousin who she was like, yeah, I don't wear shower caps. I just avoid the shower. And I'm like, what? She's like, I just put my hair up and like avoid it.
Yeah. Well,
if you can't see what I'm doing now because you're listening, it's like I'm going back and forth like
dodging that stream.
So weird. Right?
That's funny. No, the shower cap is the only way to do it. I don't wash my hair every day either. I'll shower like every other day. But I actually only wash my hair every 7 to 10 days.
Oh, really?
So the shower cap has to happen. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
It took a lot of work to get here, but I totally go days and days without washing my hair. So.
Oh, see, my hair gets itchy if I don't.
Yeah. I mean, mine would have if I had just gone straight to like waiting 10 days, but I built up to it. So I trained my hair and then I would just like push out an extra day. And so I got used to it. And I'm like I have like a crazy routine. Every night I'll like brush my hair thoroughly. I use a boar's bristle brush that like pulls the oils and different things like that. So it's great and it doesn't bug me anymore. But yeah, I like never wash my hair.
That's interesting.
Right.
That's cool. Well, my hair, so I'm in a show right now. We're doing Elf. It's fun. So fun. But my hair actually curls better when I wash it, which is like usually the opposite. So I just, when I'm in a show and I have to use my own hair and I'm curling it, I wash my hair before every show.
Okay.
And then it curls like really, really well.
Do you have curly hair? Do you have like straight hair?
I have naturally curly hair. Yeah.
So jealous. I want naturally curly hair. I have the straightest hair in existence. It's like so straight.
It's so
Like
straight.
I can like let my hair air dry and then just comb it and it'll look like I flat ironed it. Like it
Oh,
is
really?
so straight. It's kind of annoying because I always want it to be curly, but
Well, you
that's
should
okay.
you should get what do you call those? Um, I can't, why am I drawing a blank? It's not curlers, like not sponge curlers, but like in Emma, like the new Emma, she always had, and rags. You should
Oh,
put
rag rollers.
rags.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Those work so good
I
actually.
know. I love
I could look
those.
like an old biddy from the 17th century. That'd be
I
great.
know. It would be so great. So fun. I love
That's
it. Okay.
hilarious.
So we have our last question, and then we probably
Oh, yeah,
should
yeah,
wrap it up because we're like already over time, probably.
yeah.
So
It's been a bit of a long one. There's so many gross things to talk about.
I know. I know. Okay. So this last one is you're dating someone. How long before you are comfortable farting in front of them? And for me, that answer is it just depends on who I'm dating because, like, I've dated guys in a
Mhm.
variety of levels where some of them could care less, some of them do care. So I just base it off of the person I'm with.
That's valid. Um, I think that that is a great way to do it. I don't think I'll ever be comfortable farting in front of somebody I'm dating, but sometimes it happens. I just feel
Yeah.
like there's certain things you do to keep the romance alive, and farting, like you should try not to do that in front of somebody. But I would say, I don't know. I don't know that there's a time limit for me because I would always try and avoid it. So that's my
Yeah.
answer.
It also just depends on who you're with, too. You
Yes,
know?
you're right. Some people would be totally grossed out no matter what. And then some people will be like, sweet, it's
Yeah,
fine.
exactly. Cool. Okay. So I guess we should wrap this up.
Yeah. So that is our gross level. I hope that it's not too disturbing for all of you guys listening,
Yeah.
but
Well, no, it'll be fine.
yeah.
And
But
they can
also
just
tell us,
always
like,
turn it off, they have
yeah,
the option
skip
not
to
to
the next
listen.
one.
I
If you're offended, just listen to the next one episode.
know.
But yeah, tell us, like, leave a review and tell us like what gross thing you do or that you're okay with or your grossest food you've eaten
Yeah,
or
or leave
something
your
like that.
percentages, take the quiz too.
Take the quiz and tell us how gross you
Yes.
are. That's a really good idea.
I know.
Um, yeah, so if you enjoyed this, even if you didn't, like, subscribe to us, leave a comment and
Yes.
a review. That's super helpful for us. And then follow us on all of the social medias.
Yeah, so we actually changed our like Instagram names since the past two episodes. So it's now everything is just Tea with Claudia and B. And you're setting up the YouTube, right? And is it just going to
Mhm.
be it's just
Yeah,
Tea with
same
Claudia
thing.
and B? Okay.
And Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube, Tea with Claudia and B.
Yeah. So since we don't live, we obviously live super far apart. So what we do is we Zoom our podcasts, and so we record them, and then we're just posting those on there, so you can watch there as well. And yes, I'm in my closet. There's clothes behind me, but
It's fine.
yeah, all good.
Yeah.
So
So follow us there. We post different things throughout the week so you can keep up with us. And our next episode, of course, will come out Fridays. Friday mornings, we post them. So
yes,
be ready for
yes.
that. And
So
thanks for
I
listening,
most
you
likely
guys.
will post them since I'm like 3 hours ahead of you.
Yeah, good point.
But so the folks that are in the mountain time zone, you guys are lucky. You get them like super early.
Start your day off with us. It'll be great.
It will be fun. Yay. Cool.
Okay,
So
guys, I think that's it. Anything else we need to cover for him?
I don't think so. So we said our Instagram, Tea with Claudia and B, our YouTube channel, Tea with Claudia and B. We have a Facebook page, Tea with Claudia and B. So, I mean, just let us know what you guys think. I think this is our third episode, so 3 times the charm. I don't think I said like as much as I did in episode 2 because that was really annoying.
We are finding out our filler words.
I know. I know. Ah! So
Okay, well, follow us on the things and we will see you guys next time.
all right.
Bye.
Bye. Okay. Oh, no. Hang on. I need to stop recording on. Okay. Cool. I stopped recording on GarageBand and now I'm going to stop recording on Zoom.
Zoom.
It says pause recording. Do I just hit pause? Is that what you did?
Uh, Yeah, you can try that.
Oh, stop recording. There's a stop right
Okay.
there.
I was like, I'm pretty sure there was a stop.
Okay, wave bye to YouTube. Bye.
Bye.